What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, January 8th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 878,412. TikTok, next block. And as you guys can see, these blocks are moving, man. If you look here inside the blocks, you click on one of them, you see everything that's going on inside. It's an incredible technology, incredible system, man. I just love it. And then if you check out the transaction fees, as you can see, no priority is 4 sats per V byte. And then low and medium is also 4 sats per V byte, and high is 5. Again, guys, when I move Bitcoin on the base layer, on layer 1, or if I do some UTXO consolidations, I like my sats per V byte to be 5 and under. You know, I'm a little cheapskate. So go ahead and follow me on Rumble. I haven't made too many videos there yet. I got 25 followers. Thank you for all you guys that are following. If you can see my rants on politics over there. And then you guys can also follow me on Noster. And of course, I want to give some shout outs to some of the savages that donated to the channel. First shout out I want to give is to Kelvin MCI. He gave me 21 sats last month. So I missed a couple of people in December. So I'm going to go back to that, to go back to the month of December. And Kelvin MCI, again, thank you so much. 21 sats, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, man. And then 100 sats from Magic LLC, also known on YouTube as Verbal You Know What Whooping, VAW on YouTube. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. He sent me a comment yesterday about that. And again, man, he sent me a lot. 100 sats. I mean, that's a lot. And I really appreciate it. He sent it last month. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday, man. I really appreciate that donation. It really, really helps, man. It really does. I got another fat zap from Primal Inc. I mentioned him yesterday. He gave me one, but this was from December 30th at the end of the month. He gave me 2,000 cents, man. My gosh, man. Thank you so much. That's going to help so much in the future. And again, these Satoshis keep me going, these donations. And don't think anything is too small, guys. 20 sats, 100 sats. I noticed, 2,000 sats is only like $2 today. You guys think it's only $2, but trust me, this is going to be some generational wealth. So I really, really appreciate it. 2,000 sats is one of my biggest donations ever. So I really, really appreciate it. And speaking of the biggest donation, my goodness, Tom, this is my biggest donation yet. This is my biggest zap yet. And I really, really appreciate it. 10,000 Satoshis, man. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say, man. I really appreciate it, Tom. Hi, Jerry. This is Tom. Your sats every hour, amigo. I'm guessing Tom buys sats every hour in the hour like I do, and some of you guys do. We'll talk about that later. But man, I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you so much for that. That's really, really going to help. And again, any amount is helpful. He sent that yesterday. And again, man, I really, really appreciate all your donations. I really do. Speaking of the Amigos, check out the Amigos every Friday. We go live at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific time. You can also check out our album over here on Wave Lake. I love it, man. Look at this. Look at these songs, man. I just love it. Let's play one real quick. Friday, let's go. Friday, let's go. You got to love it, man. So go ahead and support the Amigos album on Wave Lake. I really appreciate it. We got some zaps over here already. The more you zap, the more you help, and download these songs really, really helps us. I appreciate it. And then MC Chris from Fractal Bitcoin. He's one of the Amigos. He's the one that makes the songs for us. Go ahead and subscribe to his channel, Fractal Bitcoin. He makes videos every single day. And then, and again, Chris never misses. And then we got Jor for the score, King Jor, I call him. 88 Sats Radio. This is how you want to do it. You want to get the Amigos full effect. This is how you do it. You ready? Wake up in the morning, watch Jor in the morning, right? He does a live every single morning, Monday through Friday, and sometimes Saturdays. And then he chops up his videos that he does to the live. So he's got a live right here. And then he chopped the video up here. And then he makes a bunch of little small videos in the morning to get you all the way up until you get to Chris's videos. And then you can watch Fractal Bitcoin, give you the news mid-afternoon, early evening. And then, of course, you can come check me out at nighttime to wrap up your night. So that's your orange pill, morning, noon, and night. So thank you guys so much again for all your support. All right, so let's get into these numbers, guys. As you can see, Bitcoin is dumping today. I think it went down to, what was the low? 92,801. Did you guys buy that? Did you guys catch that? I almost did. I got it at like 93 something. So did you guys buy the dip? I mean, I definitely did. But again, we're not worried about it. It fell off a cliff yesterday, then it kind of leveled off, and then we got up today and it went down a little bit more. But again, we're floating in the mid 90s, and these sats are cheap, as you can see. We're getting 1,000 satoshis for every dollar, guys. This is an absolute gift to get this, man. And wow, man, wow. This is Clark Moody uh, dashboard, and as you can see the price here, and then you can see the sats per dollar at 1,051. You can't beat that guy. This is an absolute gift. All right, guys, we're about to do a bright light, so dim your phones. All right, so we're going to take a look at companies by marketcap.com, assets by market cap. And as you can see, gold is number one at almost 18 trillion. It's going up. And then again, Bitcoin is at number 7. It's fell off a little bit the last couple of days, but we're still number 7. But Saudi Aramco is on our butt right now. They've increased theirs a little bit by 0.72, and then gold went up by 0.21, and we're down negative 2.35. So again, we're still at number 7. We're only 16 years old, and we're just getting started. All right, so let's talk about your fares of Satoshis today. All you need is that many to get, if everything was evenly distributed, which we know it's not. All you need is 244,761. 19.8 million Bitcoin have been mined. 8 billion people in the world. Given the fact that a Bitcoin currently costs 95,000, there are only enough Bitcoins for every person to have $232.86. So again, man, 200 and something bucks, you get your fair share. What I suggest people to do is get to 1 million Satoshis. And if you really want to crank it up, if you don't know anything and you want to, learn about it and stuff like that, take your investment portfolio, put 1% in, not financial advice, and then study Bitcoin and then increase your holdings and make sure you take it off of the exchanges. But again, like the great Satoshi Nakamoto said, you guys can see that quote. You just might want to get some just in case it catches on. All right, guys, let's look at the Bitcoin rich list again. As you can see, these are balances on the left, addresses, how many addresses there are with these balances, percent of the addresses total, percent addresses total, how much Bitcoin they own, what is it in US dollars, percent of Bitcoin total. And if you look at these numbers, yeah, just see where you're at. If you got 0 to 0.0001, you're there. And then you look at it. Again, if you get over 1 Bitcoin, which is here, guys, you're cooking with fish grease. Okay. You know how hot fish grease gets. I mean, to be honest, guys, you're cooking with fish grease here too. To be complete, matter of fact, you cooking with fish grease with all this stuff. If you got Bitcoin in cold storage, you're cooking with fish grease. Period. You know what I mean? So check that out. See where you're at, and make sure you get as much Satoshis in Bitcoin as you can, and increase your holdings as much as you can every single day. All right, so here's the Bitcoin ownership distribution chart as of December 2024. And as you can see in the middle, this gold stuff in the middle, that's us. We own 70% of the Bitcoin total of the 19.8 million that are mined. We're still have 1.21 million Bitcoin, but these governments are going to be buying some real soon. Obviously, the ETFs, which we'll get into later, are going to buy some. Businesses are doing that right now. If you check out George's channel, he made a good video about that. But still, we have the most, man. And the only way they're going to get it from us if we sell it. And we got to hold on. We got to hodl for dear lives. And then, of course, we got some lost. Satoshi's has 968,000 to about 1.1 million. So, yeah, there's the distribution chart. And make sure you guys hold on to your Bitcoin for dear life. All right, this is timechangestats.com. Again, I say this in every video. You can make an hour-long video just on this freaking website, man. You go to the dashboard, you look at the hash rate, where it's at. And right now, the hash rate is 783 exahash. And if you look at the last 2 days, what it's been doing, you can see it there. 7 days, 3 months, and so on and so forth. And then you look over here, fees versus subsidy and the mining stuff, look at the network. And again, guys, go to this website, timechangestats.com, and you'll be on here for hours looking at these stats. It's incredible. All right, now this is timechaincalendar.com. I love this website. Every time there's a significant date in Bitcoin's history, it pulls up right here. So look at this. Bitcoin version 0.1 released. On this day in 2009, which is January 8th, Satoshi Nakamoto released the first version of Bitcoin code to the world. So 6 days after it was launched, they launched the code. And if you click on Learn More, it'll pull up a sidebar, and then it'll show the actual cryptography mailing list, and you can look through here. So it's pretty cool. So go to timechaincalendar.com to do that. And again, you can see this right here, the Bitcoin version 0.1 release, which is cool. Once you click on that to learn more, and yeah, you'll never stop learning on these websites. And again, this is the time chain calendar clock. And if you update it right here, and then when you update it, you'll see these white blocks here. These are the blocks in the last 24 hours that have been mined. It'll show you what time it was, and you start right here and then work your way all the way around. It'll show you everything that happened in between. You see sometimes there's bigger gaps than other ones and smaller gaps. Again, average block time right now is 10 minutes and 4 seconds. That's what we want. We want about 10 minutes. It's not going to be exact, but approximately 10 minutes. And again, the difficulty adjustment right here, this red line on the calendar, time chain calendar, says we're 564 blocks away, if you see it right here, from the next difficulty adjustment, whether they adjust the difficulty, whether they needed to make it more difficult or less difficult to mine, and to find that number to mine the next block. And they do that every 2016 blocks. Again, that's a play on Executive Order 6102, we believe. In 2016 blocks is about a fortnight. It's about every 2 weeks. So check out this website. It's absolutely incredible. It'll show you the epoch. It'll show you all this stuff. And you will study Bitcoin so well if you go to that website. All right, we got another bright light, guys. Fear and Greed Index. So yesterday we were at 68. Now we're at 69. So it's a little bit higher than it was yesterday, which is weird because the price has gone up a little bit. So maybe it's showing that some people bought the dip. Who knows? But again, when it's trending this way, we tend to buy more. And when it's trending this way, we tend to buy less. But again, we still DCA, but I'm talking about straight smash buying. All right, let's check out coinmarketcap.com. As you can see, Bitcoin every time we go to this, guys, Bitcoin is going to be number one. This is the list of every single cryptocurrency there is on the market. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same ones. There's one big difference, though, between number one and everything else. There is no second best. That's the difference, right? And then you got market cap Bitcoin dominance. Again, we're at about 58% of all the money in the quote unquote cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin's at 58% of all of it out of the 30,000 plus cryptos. Again, guys, like Michael Saylor says, there is no second best. All right, speaking of cryptos, we're over here at the balances of all the Bitcoins on different exchanges. Now, obviously, I say cryptos because a lot of these companies hold other cryptos besides Bitcoin. You won't find too many Bitcoin-only companies on here, but again, I'll show you some in a second. But as you can see, Coinbase has over 700,000 Bitcoin. They've actually increased some. So has Binance. They gained 294 Bitcoin. If you see these, some are in the green, some are in the red. These are all exchanges that pretty much hold the Bitcoin. And speaking of the Bitcoin and the exchanges, here's a chart that shows the price for Bitcoin. And the yellow line shows the price of Bitcoin, and then the green line shows how many Bitcoins are on the exchanges. And as you can see, yesterday was at 2.19. Today's at 2.2. So they gained, I think, a few Bitcoin, and while Bitcoin's price is down. That's what usually happens, guys. Once the price goes down, that means people are selling them back to the exchanges. So, but again, once January 20th happens, which is in less than 2 weeks, and then the SBR is launched, yeah, I think this is going to change. This green is going to definitely go way down, and this yellow is going to go up. But you guys tell me. Most of these exchanges don't hold just Bitcoin; they hold other cryptocurrencies. I'm going to show you right now where you can buy Bitcoin from using Bitcoin only companies. The first one is Bitcoin Well. You can use this link and get 5 free tosses in the well to get you some free Satoshis. Just use that. You buy Bitcoin, get your account verified there. And then what you do is every time you make a purchase, it'll send your Bitcoin over to a Lightning wallet. Don't have it over to your cold storage because those UTXOs will be too small. UTXOs will be a nightmare. Make sure you send them over to a Lightning address. And then you'd be buying Bitcoin at some real low fees and supporting a Bitcoin only company. My second favorite is Swan. You can use this link below. Use this QR code or go to the link below. And what you'll do is you'll get $10 of free Bitcoin, which is over 10,000 Satoshis for free. And then also your first 10,000 of your purchases will be fee free. You won't pay any fees on your first 10,000. So get yourself some free Satoshis. Sign up with these first two. Get your first 10,000 Satoshis for free. Get your first 10,000 of purchases for free, and then use only Bitcoin only companies. Now, this one is my favorite. This is the one I'm using now. Once you use the $10,000 of fees for free on Swan, I would go over to Strike. Again, sign up with all of them so you can get your free Bitcoin, so you can get some free Satoshis. And so with Strike, your first $100 of fees will be free. And then after the 7th day of buying, setting your DCA, your dollar cost averaging, after the 7 days and your 8th day, you'll get fee free Bitcoin purchases or Satoshi's purchases forever, as long as you keep that DCA going. And it's great, man. I buy every hour on the hour. This is the only company that I know of that you can buy every hour on the hour. And I'm telling you, man, I catch all the peaks and valleys. I don't even worry about it. I just set it, forget it. You can buy 10 cents an hour, quarter an hour, whatever. But make sure you sign up with Strike, Bitcoin Well, and Swan to get some free Satoshis, the lowest fees, and the best Bitcoin companies in the business. All right, guys, about to be a bright light. We're going to talk about MicroStrategy and the ETF. So it's a bright light. So dim your phones. All right, guys, MicroStrategy obviously is leading all companies with 447,470. Guys, every time I see that, every time I see one company, this is not a country, this is not a continent. This is one company owning 447,470 Bitcoin. Do you understand how much Bitcoin that is? That is over 2% of the entire supply that'll ever be mined in one company, one company. You think they're okay? Anyways, and then you see the rest of them right behind them. These are all the companies leading in Bitcoin. Again, the next best one is only 10% of what they own, Marathon Digital, at 44,000. But again, they're a Bitcoin miner, and they're so far behind. Everybody's so far behind MicroStrategy. Nobody's going to catch them, man. Nobody's going to catch them. So let's talk about the ETFs. Okay, this website right here is bitcoinstrategiesplatform.com. This is the real numbers, the updated numbers. BlackRock owns 559,201 Bitcoin. Fidelity, not even a close second, at 208,000. As you can see, BlackRock bought over 6,000 Bitcoins yesterday. Over 6,000 in one day, guys. Wow. Again, man, if you guys own your Bitcoin in one of these retirement portfolios, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, if you got to do it, you got to do it. But there's nothing better than cold storage. All right, so the other 4 companies behind them have sold at least 1,000. Fidelity did almost 1,900. So they've been going off. They've been losing Bitcoin. And then we have Hey Apollo. This is the overview. You can see the numbers here. You can pause it. And then here you got a Bitcoin holding chart since inception of January 10th. You guys can pause it and take a screenshot of that. Then the second tab is flows. And these were the daily flows from the other day. This is from January 6th. So this is a couple of days behind, it looks like, a day or two behind. So then this is one of my favorite charts. This is the net ETF flows since January 10th. As you can see, it's going up and up and up. You guys can take a screenshot of that. Then you got the Bitcoin holdings right here. You just tap on that and look at those numbers. Again, iBit has more than that. Just as a reminder, guys, this is my channel, Jerry Loves Freedom. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and then turn on the notification bells. Make sure you share the videos, please. That's the number one thing you can do on a poor man's plan if you want to help. But the number one thing overall you can do if you really want to help, support the channel, is donate, like the people did and I did in the shout outs, like that people I mentioned in the shout outs in the beginning. This is why I'm doing this, for Satoshis, for the future. And anything helps, guys. It really does. And I'm working hard on these. It takes a while to make these videos and the dashing for sats and everything else. So that I really, really, really appreciate it. Just put something in the notes so I know it's you, so I can shout you out on the next day. Thank you. You can also check out my playlist right here. I got Dashing for Sats, Bitcoin News and Numbers, Satoshi Saturday. So I got every day covered, including Friday. Join the Bitcoin Amigos live. But the Dashing for Sats, these come out Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I do these Monday through Thursday, and then I do this on Saturday. So thank you guys so much for sharing, watching, and donating. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get into a little bit of news. We have the UAE-based Bitcoin mining group Phoenix expands operation in U.S. That ought to be interesting. So as you can see, you guys can look at this article here. Phoenix Group, a UAE-based Bitcoin mining company, has expanded its global footprint by opening a 50-megawatt Bitcoin mining facility in North Dakota in the U.S. This is a big move for the company as it eyes as the U.S. as a key market. The The facility is to become fully operational in just 5 months and adds 2.7 exahash to Phoenix Group's global hash rate. This is a big boost to the economy's current plans and adds more security to the Bitcoin blockchain. Wow, guys, that's big news. And again, you think it stops here? You think this is going to be the only company is going to do this? I'm telling you, man, when Donald Trump comes in office, there's going to be so many expansions of these miners all over the country. He wants to be number one, and I hope we do. All right, guys, this is a video that I wanted to share with you. It's called The Creature, New Jekyll Island, inspired by Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and check it out. It's a really good video. I really like it.
I see dreams of green, red roses. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue.
April 5th, 1933, President FDR issued the order prohibiting scientists to hoard gold, forcing them to sell it to the Federal Reserve. We just talked about that. Executive Order 6102. This is why we Bitcoin. This is why the difficulty adjustment is 2016 reverse numbers. But on a side note, look at this AI. Doesn't this look good? My goodness. Future's bright, man. It's going to be crazy.
And clouds of white, the bright blessed days, the dark sacred night.
You know what happened? August 15, 1971. He gets a bad rap, though. He really was a good president, but we won't get into that in this video. But yeah, you know, we've lost a lot of purchasing power. That's for sure.
And I think to myself,
speaking of purchasing power, the United States dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971. Wow. This is why we Bitcoin, guys. This is why we Bitcoin.
what a wonderful world.
So I want to show you a video of Janet Yellen talking about, I believe, Doge and getting rid of some debt. Check it out.
What about Doge? What about Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency, whose mission is to shave $2 trillion in government spending through waste programs and other cuts? Is that realistic?
Well, it's hard to see how the math on that works. Discretionary spending, namely what's funded through appropriations, is at close to historically low levels as a share of the economy. Defense is around $1 trillion spending, and non-defense discretionary spending is a little bit less than that, closer to 900 billion.
Don't forget about the interest on the debt. That's more than our defense budget right now. And whose fault is that? Yours, Janet. Yours.
So that's 2 trillion right there, and many feel that defense spending should go up.
Nobody's saying they're going to take away defense spending. Nobody's saying that. I believe Elon's going to do it, though. I believe he will. Him and Vivek and the team is going to shave off two trillion. Because right now we're spending, I believe, 7 and getting in 5. Can you imagine doing that? Can you imagine making making 50,000 a year and spending 70,000 and not having a money printer like the U.S. government does? How are you going to pay your bills? You're not. You're going to keep using credit cards and credit cards and credit cards. You're going to get your possessions taken away. And then if you do try to print money, you're going to jail.
Mandatory spending, which includes Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. These programs are important to Americans. Both Democrats and Republicans have indicated support for these programs, and they're very popular among Americans. And so it's hard to see where there can be substantial cuts there. And that takes one to taxes. And
they want to keep them lower. Yeah.
Well, so It's hard to see.
You don't buy it.
Well, it's hard to see how you could solve the deficit that way.
Well, the person or persons, one of the persons that caused this, which is her and everyone and the other people that work with her, of course they are going to say this, right? You think they're going to say, oh, you know, we're going to do whatever we can to help him and blah 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 and this, that, and the third. She's talking to people that think that they think are stupid, you know, the general population, and some of them that watch these shows and watch nothing but crap and ABC and CBS and all that are. But us Bitcoiners, we're not falling for it, man. We're not falling for it. So let's get into some more news. I've got a bright light here, guys. So watch your lighting. They're calling it the Trump dump. Trump dump risk pulling Bitcoin price down to 88K. Bitcoin fails to rebound after a 5,000 drop in a single day. That was yesterday. With a Bitcoin price retest of 88,000 now, highly probable. I hope so, man. I hope it does go to 88,000. I really do. Fell 90, below 96 today. We saw that down to 92. And they're hoping that it will. And I hope it does too. We can buy some more Satoshis. All right, now this one's saying Bitcoin price dipped to 92.5K caused by Fed interest rate concerns. Who knows? Rising concerns about Federal Reserve monetary policy and rising bond rates are having a negative effect on Bitcoin's price. Okay, that's fine. No problem. This stuff is just doesn't mean anything in the long run. You know what I mean? These are just fiat. Some of the fiat demons playing their little games and stuff like that. Again, we don't care about this stuff. We love when it goes down because we know where it's going in the long run. And these short little dips, again, you know what we do? We buy them. Here's another one again. Why is Bitcoin dropping today? They're talking to a lot of these normies because people like us, we know the deal. You know what I mean? Key reasons they show this and then inflation concerns, job market signals. They're showing 561 million gone in one day. It's not gone. It's just went from one hand to another. So again, guys, it's all fiat games. And speaking of fiat games, as just a reminder, this is why we're Bitcoining. Another major reason why we're Bitcoining. Look at that debt, man. 36 trillion. Every time I come back to this webpage, it keeps going up and up and up. It's just crazy, man. Again, what did you do to deserve $106,850 in debt? What did you do? Nothing. You pay your taxes, you go to work, you work hard, you do everything you're supposed to do, but still, these people just don't care. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. It's sad what's going on today, but we're winning right now. Of course, we're not out of the woods yet. We want Trump to get into office in 2025 in a few days on January 20th to start this SBR, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, and get the economy going and hopefully pay off that debt using the SBR, getting inflation down long term, because there's only one way to do it, guys. And I think you already know what it is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.